Let's ask about that. Based on your knowledge and gut, given this is something he didn't promise repeatedly, but suggested he would do, his administration is filled with people who have been dedicated to this. His base obviously cares about full transparency on this. What's your gut or knowledge about why the president doesn't seem to be as committed to disclosure as you are?
Look, let me give you the best case of the benefit of the doubt. In this country, you're innocent until you're proven guilty. There may be hundreds of people on those files, some of them who maybe took money from Epstein or had a business dealing with Epstein. And having those names out there, it could be tarnishing people's reputation, even if there was not enough to charge. That's the sort of best case for not releasing them. But in this case, given the stakes, I think he needs to call for a release. If there's something embarrassing there in it from him personally, assuming that he did not engage in sex with underage girls, I think the benefit of being transparent outweighs that. And it's surprising to me, frankly, that he's not pushing for that release as sunset, and so the American people can assess the evidence and move on. This isn't going away.
What's your appraisal of the Speaker of the House, whose commitment to disclosure and transparency also doesn't seem to be very strong, going so far as to adjourn you to try to not have to deal with this issue? What's your appraisal of his motivation for doing that?
I'm disappointed. Mike Johnson's a friend of mine. We came into Congress together. He's a family man. He's kind. He's civil. He's shown great leadership on Ukraine, where I actually was one of the first Democrats to say I would vote for him. And here initially, his instinct was release everything. And then he actually introduced a competing resolution to Massey and my resolution, saying, let's have just a sent to Congress, release everything. It's not binding, to your point about the separation of powers. And he still didn't have a vote for that, which means that he must have had tremendous pressure from the White House. He's suffering politically for this. Members in his caucus are suffering for this. Members in his Rules Committee are taking terrible votes. The headlines are that he's adjourning Congress from doing the business of passing a budget, from doing our normal business, because he doesn't want the Epstein files to be released. That just feeds into the conspiracy that there's something to hide. I think it's one of his first really political missteps.